morning sunshines and welcome back to my channel. Today I will do a collective haul in which I will show you the best item I have thrifted for this house, and I really have a mix of everything. We have decor, we have appliances, we have furniture, we literally have everything. And to make it a little bit more interesting, I want not only show you these items, but I will also give you some tips and tricks on how and where to find the best second-hand items for your home. So if you are going to furnish your home or just rearranging things, this is the video for you. Before starting though, hi, I'm Alice and I do videos about sustainable living and zero waste. So if you're interested in that, consider subscribing to my channel and liking this video. The first thing I want to share with you is this box over here. Now this is one of my absolutely favorite pieces. I love the fact that it's clear glass, so it has a very minimal and sleek look, but at the same time is very decorated. Like there is a lot going on in here, and this makes it look very elegant and definitely fancier than it was. This was a 50-cent piece from a charity shop, which I think makes it even better. And I'm pretty sure this was supposed to handle a candle, but I just put my bobbins, hair ties and hair stuff in here. So it's not only very nice, but it's also a functional piece. Then we have this amazing bowl that I bought for another grand total of 50 cents to make a set with the box. And granted, they are not exactly the same, so it's not a perfect match, but they do have the same vibe. And I honestly prefer the fact that they are not a perfect match, because I think that these are two very unique pieces, and I like the fact that they are unique pieces and not perfectly matchy-matchy. Then we have this vase, and this is something else that I really bought for texture. As you can obviously see from the surrounding, I really wanted this room to be as white and minimal as possible, because I do think that white brings here a lot of light, and it's something that I really appreciate. But I also know that it runs the risk of being a little bit flat and hospital looking, so I wanted things that bring in a lot of character and a lot of texture, and I think that this one really gives that vibe, because despite the fact that it is white, it's very big, and again it's super decorated. So in general, my favorite places for second-hand decor are Facebook Marketplace and charity shops, or flea markets when they are open, and that's because there I always found amazing deals for really beautiful objects. And I really found a variety of objects, from more modern looking items like the vase to more vintage and antique pieces like the bowl and box, and that's why I picked these two. And finally we have the kettle. I absolutely love this kettle. It's chubby, it's black, it looks like an old teapot, but at the same time it is a modern kettle, so it works exactly as it should work. Also, I absolutely love the fact that it is very aesthetically pleasing, which is important for me considering that it sits on top of the counter, but it is still something very functional. And I think that this is really the running theme of my decor, in case you didn't notice. But I do like things that are not only pretty but also functional. I don't really like things that just stay there and do nothing, with few exceptions. We got our kettle in the same way in which we found all the other appliances in the house, like the fridge or the Hoover. We bought them from very normal retailers, but we looked at their second-hand section, and yes, a lot of them do have a second-hand section in which they sell mainly returns or items that have some defect in the packaging. So the item itself is new or only very gently used, but they do sell it as a second-hand item, so you will buy them for a lot less than if you buy them new. And this is amazing, because this is how we were able to buy all AAA rated items that we could have otherwise not afforded. And this didn't only save us money at the beginning, but it will save us money in the long run, because of course they're super energy efficient. So this is a very good sustainable choice overall, because you are buying something that is very likely to go in landfill otherwise, and you are saving energy while you're using the item. So it's really a great choice. Also, I would say that for us as consumer, it's probably a little bit safer to buy these things from a shop than from a private seller. And that's because the shop really has a their name is still attached to the item, so they do want their customer to be happy because they don't want them to rant in the internet about how awful they are. So they do really guarantee that the item is in perfect condition, and they do stand behind the product if there is anything wrong. Like everything we bought still have minimum 2 years of warranty, if not more. If you follow my Instagram, which you should by the way, then you already know the mirror behind me, because this is the only mirror I have, so it's the one where I take my selfies. Now, this mirror is exactly what I wanted for this room, because I did wanted something big and very decorated that could make a statement in this room while still being very functional like a mirror is. And at the very beginning I did want this mirror here, but then I found out how much it cost and I decided that it wasn't that beautiful after all. So when I found this one I was super duper happy because it has the same vibe but for a fraction of the price. Plus, it is a real vintage mirror, not just vintage looking. So this leads me to my next point. Where can we find furniture? In my experience, depending on what you're looking for and what is your budget, the best options are either Facebook Marketplace or vintage shops. Now in Facebook Marketplace, I always found very modern looking pieces and often cheaper pieces. So if you are on a budget and you have a very modern style, that's a perfect way to go. The majority of our furniture is from IKEA and they do come from Facebook Marketplace. So they were very, very cheap and they are still very functional. They still work. We moved with them. They are second hand, sometimes even third hand, and they are still perfect. So they are not as terrible as people think. With that said, it's still IKEA, so it's not the perfect quality, and also, I mean, kind of everyone has the same furniture from IKEA, so they are not particularly of a statement. They're very practical though, which I'm very happy with them. But when it comes to more statement pieces and those pieces that you want to invest a little bit more on, then I think that you can easily go for flea markets, vintage shops or antique shops, depending on how much you can spend, from the cheapest that is flea market to the most expensive that is the antique shop, and we went somewhere in between, mainly because flea market at the moment are closed, so that was not an option for us. So there I always found like stunning pieces like the mirror or the wardrobe that you can see from the mirror, and these are items that are very good statement that we absolutely love and they are very good quality. This doesn't mean that on Facebook Marketplace you can't find the same kind of deal. My absolute best deal was from Facebook Marketplace and is a buffet cabinet that was amazing quality vintage piece and it was for free. With that said, the problem with Facebook Marketplace is that it requires a little bit of luck and a little bit of time. Like you really need to go there every day and check what they have and hope that the right piece arrives. So if you are in a rush, there is something that you absolutely need it, that might not be the best option. That's why I said it's perfect for decor, it's perfect for items that you don't need immediately, but if you need something more practical, either you go for IKEA items, those pop up all the time, or then you go for a shop. Also with Facebook Marketplace, you will have to physically go and take the item. Like we don't have a car, and in that case, we did have to rent a van to take the buffet cast. It's still worth it, so it was not a problem, but you have to take that into account also. If you don't have a car, if you're not perfectly physically able, that can be a problem, while a shop normally would ship, even a second-hand shop. So again, if you're not in that situation, then a shop is a safer option. And that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was entertaining but also a little bit informative. If it was, please consider giving a thumbs up, and until next time, bye!